Watch out behind you. No, watch out. This is the most frightening movie I've ever seen. As the subway approached, a fire broke out on the ground. The woman is being dragged down by numerous ghostly hands. The boyfriend was terrified and the subway quickly passed over her head. In less than a few seconds, Brown was dragged straight down to hell by evil spirits. Brown was an employee of a bank. One day, a scruffy old woman named Ganesh came in and wanted to take out a loan to buy a house. Brown looked at the documents and said, "Sorry, old man, you are really too old. According to the rules you can't borrow money." She was upset to hear that she couldn't get a loan and he said he didn't have children. He even knelt down with a tear in his eye and begged Brown, but as a small employee at the bank, Brown obviously couldn't do anything about it. Ganesh said, "I'm a self-respecting person, but today I beg you." Scared, Brown called the security guard. The old man Ganesh said, "You are finished." Brown was about to explain something when he heard it, but Ganesh nearly strangled him alive. Fortunately, the security guard pulled her out just in time, and that was just the beginning of her nightmare. In the evening, just after Brown left work, she noticed something strange. A handkerchief was slowly floating towards her, and she watched it with rapt attention, but suddenly, the handkerchief started moving out of the car again. As she looked back from the light, Ganesh appeared out of nowhere in the back seat. With her right hand, she grabbed Brown's hair and pulled her earring with her left hand. Brown screamed in pain. In the nick of time, she found a stapler and picked it up to output. Ganesh, however, was not weak either, and quickly rushed to try to choke Brown. During the fight, Brown accidentally started the car. At the moment of impact, Brown buckled in time. Without features, Ganesh is even crazier. This scene can only be described in 4 words. Very disgusting. Brown kicked her down, and thought it was over. Unexpectedly, Ganesh picked up a boulder and smashed the car window, pulled Brown out hard, but this time she didn't hurt Brown, but took off the buttons of her dress. She cast a curse on the button, and after reciting the curse, she breathed foul air. Then the button went back to Brown and said, "It wouldn't take long for you to come begging me." As expected, the next day, an eerie shadow appeared outside her door. A gust of wind then blew Brown up and made a mess of her house. She thought it must be related to Ganesh's spell, so she followed her boyfriend to the priest to find out why. But the priest saw the demon wrapped around her body as soon as he put his hand on her. The next moment, the priest was so frightened that he sent her away, and she knew Brown had a big problem. Sure enough, when she got home, something weird happened. A fly flew into Brown's face, then into her nostrils. Within seconds, it came out of the other nostril, but Brown was still sleeping like a pig and did not know anything about it. But the scary part was yet to come. The fly got into her mouth. Brown finally woke up and saw that there was nothing unusual, so he laid down and prepared to sleep. But Ganesh suddenly appeared before her and bit her hard. Brown was terrified and howled. Then Ganesh spat out many unidentified objects. Next day, Brown recovered. It turned out to be a hallucination of his own. At breakfast, Brown noticed that there seemed to be something in the bread. Digging open to see, the bread inside has an eye. Brown was so scared that he stuck a fork in it, and the bread flowed with tomato juice. After arriving at the bank, Brown was ready to go to work. Suddenly, he felt a fly move in his stomach. Soon Brown had an unexplained nosebleed. The manager came to remind him and sent tissues, but he was sprayed with tomato juice on his face. The next night on the way home, a gust of wind always followed Brown, and all because she had offended an old man from Ganesh. She put a curse on her, so Brown decided to find the old man. She arrived at Ganesh home, where Brown found the family holding a funeral service. But when she saw the photos, she realized Ganesh had died in a strange way. Brown was so frightened that she stepped back and fell on Ganesh's body. Strangely enough, the table broke and the fallen body crushed her. Brown, who was often haunted by evil spirits, finds the priest again. After repeated requests, the priest offered a solution. He said she could send the cursed clasp back to the dead Ganesh. Brown was devastated and had to do it. To get rid of the evil spirits, Brown prepares to dig Ganesh's grave and return the clasp to her. Strangely, Ganesh's hands were tightly closed. Brown couldn't get it in. In desperation, she grabbed a shovel and pried open Ganesh's mouth. Then, picking up the buckle, Brown said, "I'll officially give you back that buckle. Don't pester me, Ganesh." Watch Ganesh slowly sink into the water. Brown smiled with satisfaction, but to her surprise, the rainwater quickly poured into the pit. No matter how hard she pushed, she couldn't get up. Brown felt something was wrong. When Ganesh suddenly sat up from the water, Brown was so scared that he would faint. He tried again to climb, but still failed. Just then, The tombstone fell and it was over. Suddenly, Brown climbed up unharmed, but her plan for the trip was a total failure, and Brown found the priest again, but the priest said there was nothing he could do, but he could take her to her master. Brown was told to prepare an expensive fee, and soon they arrived at the Shrine Mother's place. After understanding the cause of the incident, the godmother brought a goat. She wanted the evil spirit to possess her body and then transfer it to the goat. As long as you see the right time to kill the goat, the evil spirit can be completely eliminated. After saying this, they held hands and followed the divine woman to recite the incantation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At the end of the incantation, the evil spirit was really attached to the godmother's body. Brown hurriedly pressed his hand on the goat's head. Only then did the evil spirit realize that he was trapped in the goat. Dajong cut at the goat, but accidentally cut the wrong way, and was bitten by the hand. And then the evil spirit was attached to Dajong's body. When the evil spirit attacked the crowd, the godmother woke up on time. With a small wave of his hand, the evil spirits were driven away. Brown was glad to see that she was finally rid of evil spirits. The next day, she took her boyfriend on vacation, but he took out a familiar envelope. It turns out Brown went to dig the grave, and accidentally took the wrong envelope. When he saw the familiar buckle again, Brown was completely devastated. Brown said how could that happen? Crashing, Brown backed up and fell onto the tracks. Then the evil spirits were taken to hell. This is the end of the movie. I just want to say that the heroine is so unlucky.